our humanity seen. We deserve an opportunity to contribute to society. We deserve the ability to make mistakes. And we are not the only ones who deserve all these things. Every living being on the planet does. In Stacy's words, I hear that you don't have to do anything big to have disability pride. You don't have to accomplish something or be recognized as a disability advocate to have disability pride. You can be messy and get things wrong. You deserve to be proud of who you are as you are. It's as simple as that. Another friend, Alice Wong, who's a prolific disabled author and foodie, she wrote, quote, "Disabled people have always existed, whether the word disability is used or not. To me, disability is not a monolith, nor is it a clear-cut binary of disabled and non-disabled. Disability is mutable and ever-evolving. Disability is both apparent and non-apparent. Disability is pain, struggle, brilliance, abundance, and joy. Disability is social, political, cultural, and biological. Being visible and claiming a disability identity brings risks as much as it brings pride." End quote. Alice's writing reminds me that there is no one right way to be disabled. No one is disabled enough or not disabled enough. Anyone can claim it. There is not one right way to have disability pride. She recognizes that claiming and embracing disability may need to look different for everyone based on who they're with, where they live, or what they do. But even if it's just admitting to yourself that you have disability pride, even if you don't even use the word disability, that is enough. Activist Eli Clare, who was one of the first people I ever knew with my own disability, says, "Pride works in direct opposition to internalized oppression. The latter provides a fertile ground for shame, denial, self-hatred, and fear, while the former encourages anger, strength, and joy. To transform self-hatred into pride is a fundamental act of resistance." Eli reminds us of the purpose of pride: to resist the forces that try to deny us of our own humanity and power. Valois Vera, a disabled spoken word artist, reflects, quote, "I wasn't born with disability pride. I bled for it. I cried for it. I fought for it. I've endured too much to let the system erase my disability pride." Val gets real here. They recognize that our current reality is one where the very systems disabled people must rely on try to strip us of our pride at every turn. Unfortunately, all too often, we must fight to maintain our disability pride. We shouldn't have to, and it is not easy, but it is worth it. Fighting to maintain your pride will make systems shift, even if it takes a long time. Fighting to maintain your pride makes it easier to maintain it, and it makes it easier for others to realize that they can have disability pride too. Again, part of disability pride is being a part of community, and it gives other people permission to be a part of that community as well. Finally, I want to share an excerpt from a poem I turn to frequently in my life, whenever I need a reminder of what is possible. The poem is called "You Get Proud by Practicing." It's by a disabled poet named Laura Hershey. It was published in 1991, right after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed, and ideas of disability pride were just getting started in our society. Laura writes, "Power makes you proud, and power comes in many fine forms, supple and rich as butterfly wings. It is music when you practice opening your mouth and liking what you hear, because it is the sound of your own true voice. It is sunlight when you practice seeing strength and beauty in everyone, including yourself. Remember, you weren't the one who made you ashamed, but you are the one who can make you proud. Just practice. Practice until you get proud. And once you are proud, keep practicing so you won't forget. You get proud by practicing." There are many times that I'm frustrated with my disability, where I wish my body and mind could do things that they simply can't do. The truth is, having a disability can be hard, and there is no shame in saying that. In the moments where I am frustrated with my disability, in the moments where ableism seeps in through the cracks in the armor I have created for myself, in my ongoing efforts to fight for and protect my pride, these are the moments where I get to practice. You get proud by practicing. I get proud by practicing. I've shared a lot with you all today, both from myself and from other people. Do any of these quotes resonate with you? What insights might you share? How would you describe what disability pride feels like to you? How would you describe what disability pride looks like to you? For me, having disability pride does not mean loving your disability all of the time. And it isn't just about feeling good about yourself. My disability pride recognizes the fullness of my disability, the good, the bad, the beautiful, the messy parts of it. And it makes it possible for me to know deep in my core that no matter what I experience, I belong as I am, just as I am. My disability pride helps me realize every day that my disabled life is a life worth living. And it gives me the motivation to dream of and build towards a future that is worth living in. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here at Wawability, and I'm grateful to Wawa Snipe for his vision to bring the disability community together for this incredible event. My name is Maria Town. My pronouns are she and her, and for a visual description, I'm a white woman with long brown hair, wearing a purple dress and red lipstick, and I am a proud disabled person. I've had the honor and privilege of working in the disability community for the past 15 years. And so for me to say I'm a proud disabled person may not seem like a big deal, but it is. I was born with my disability, but for most of my life, I did not know other disabled people. I did not know that there was a disability community. I didn't know disability culture existed. And I did not understand that in addition to being a diagnosis or a condition, disability could be an identity that you could claim and make your own. Why is that? Why is it that a person with a disability wouldn't know about disability identity? Why is it that someone who benefited from the Americans with Disabilities Act wouldn't know about the vast community of people who came together to fight for this transformative piece of legislation and to demand that disabled people deserve better? The answer to these questions is ableism. Ableism is discrimination or prejudice against people with disabilities based on the belief that typical abilities are superior. Ableism is rooted in the assumption that disabled people require fixing or to be cured, and that disabled people should aspire to be non-disabled. Ableism is linked to racism, sexism, and other forms of discrimination. And like those forms of discrimination, ableism classifies entire groups of people as less than, and it includes harmful stereotypes, misconceptions, and generalizations of people with disabilities. Ableism can be external, like when you are denied entry into a space because the thing that greets you at the door is a whole lot of stairs with no ramp or lift as an alternative way to get in. Ableism can be internal, like when you are made to feel smaller or unworthy because you can't go up the stairs, or when you are forced to believe that all of the pain and struggle you experience is just the way it is, and that there are no other options for how you can live or feel. I like to say ableism is the water, not the shark. It is not an obvious, scary, singular thing that you can know how to protect yourself from. It is inescapable and everywhere, and we cannot help but to take ableism in. Everyone is harmed by ableism. Disabled people and non-disabled people alike.